This is actually good that I'm doing this today then. So essentially, I will look at the camera this time. So currently I am working on testing everything out for Extra Life. For those who don't know, who might be new to my stream or gaming, watching people play games in general, around this time of year, a charity event happens called Extra Life. It's www.extra-life.org if you want to check it out, and I'll have more information on the description page and things as things get closer. But it's a 24-hour charity event, although you can do events and stuff whenever you want to benefit Children's Miracle Network charities. So there's one here in Chicago that I am raising money for, and kind of today I'm just going through and testing all of my functionality, play a couple of different games to see how they fare both in my recorded video, which I'll be posting on YouTube with edits for boring stuff, and then I will also be testing obviously the streams, and if anyone comes in and checks it out and chats with me, then it'll be great because then I can get more direct feedback. But if not, then I'll just be looking at the video of the streams later and seeing how things went and see if there's anything that needs to be adjusted. So the first game we're going to be playing is World of Warcraft. Very common game. What's nice is it's open-ended. You can play it for quite a long time and still have new stuff to do. Sorry. Alright. And so it's a good one to start with. We're going to be doing some dungeons specifically. Just to see like that hectic atmosphere, how that does. So I kind of have 3 characters that I've been leveling up that we'll be going through dungeons with, at least one of them, if not all of them. So my highest one and my most advanced right now is my Warlock, Zero Blood. So Troll Warlock. Then we have my Tank Paladin, Zero Holy, who's going to probably end up becoming my main, just because my original main when I played World of Warcraft back in the day was a paladin, and I'm seeming to like the changes that they made for this expansion with them, and so I might be getting back into playing paladin, and it's the first time that I've really focused on being a protection paladin, a tank, and so we'll definitely try to get some time in with tanking in World of Warcraft and see how that is affected in the stream. And then we have the one that we're going to be doing first, which is my hunter, Bloodbrook. Bloodbrook is a blood elf with a turtle, just because I just love the turtles. I don't know why. And we will the lowest level, so obviously it's the one I need to level up the most. But the other reason is I believe she's the only one of the 3 that has not done any of the Halloween stuff. So if we decide we want to do the Halloween stuff, if people come in the chat and be like, hey, do the Halloween stuff, or I just decide I want to, we'll already be on the character that I need to go and actually do a bunch of the Halloween goodies, which also includes trying to sneak into Stormwind, which is kind of strange for me because I used to be Alliance and now I am Horde, and so it just kind of seems weird to me that I have to sneak into Stormwind. But hey, that's what happens when you change factions. So yeah, that's basically about it. Let's get started with Bloodbrook. Let's load her up. So we're just going to be doing random dungeon finder. And then while we're waiting, we'll probably start heading over to Undercity so that we can get, because I have a long way to go because I'm in Thunderbluff. And hopefully before we get to start the Halloween festivities, we'll already be in our first dungeon. So I'm going to take a drink first. And we will get started. Alright, so let's queue. So this is a level 19 hunter. So obviously DPS only. And these are going to be the dungeons that we're going to have access to. We have access to Dead Mines, Ragefire Chasm, Wailing Caverns, and Shadowfang Keep. She's done a couple of dungeons already. I believe she's gone through Ragefire Chasm at least once and Wailing Caverns at least once. And so we've got some of the gear already from those dungeons. So I'm kind of hoping to get Dead Mines or Shadowfang Keep, depending on how many runs we do. And that'll really depend on the queue timer that we have today. I'm going to try to break it up for the YouTube purposes, because I don't know if there will be any viewers in the chat realm, and so this may just be live streaming what becomes a YouTube video. But other than that, yeah, we'll just kind of see how things go. So, set up random classic dungeons. I'm just a long range hunter, so I'm not going to set myself as knowing what I'm doing, even though I've done, especially with all of the low level characters I've been leveling, I kind of know all of these dungeons at this point. But since we're going to be doing a lot of testing and I'll be talking to the camera a lot about what I'm doing, then I can't really do that and try to chat in the window. And I don't know how people usually do World of Warcraft, but I've kind of purposely moved my guy or my camera over the chat, just because I don't know if people like having the chat and stuff viewable or not. So just for practical purposes, and I'll just kind of actually float a little bit better right there. So anyway, find group, because I'm a DPS and it might take forever. And then we will do, actually, I just queued up the daily fishing and the daily cooking quests for today. So we'll do those in Thunderbluff real quick while we're waiting. And if it's time to dungeon, we will dungeon, even if we're in the middle of a quest, because that's how dungeons work. So I have my turtle. Actually, I should probably name my turtle. If there's any people in the chat, I would probably have them name it, but maybe I will give it to my YouTube followers, the 3 that are there right now. And if there's any more followers, make sure you like the video and subscribe, and maybe I will look through the comments for a name for the turtle. So I will leave him unnamed for now. He will just be Turtle, but we'll see if we can get some good suggestions on what I should name my turtle, because the turtle is my favorite pet, and I'm really glad that Blood Elves get them so early. So where am I supposed to be? Oh, I'm supposed to be looking for magic mushrooms, so they're in that cave. Ow! I just hurt myself. Alright. So, heading into the pools of vision to find some magic mushrooms, I think. I think this is where they are. Yeah, pools of vision. So, somewhere in here are magic mushrooms, so let's find them. So for those of you who might not play World of Warcraft a lot, and I'm fairly new to a lot of new stuff, so I may actually be kind of confused over some of the things. Here we go, magic mushroom. But there's a daily quest that you can do for fishing and cooking. They're usually designed more for people who are later in the levels for the various crafting, so that you can level up faster, because fishing takes forever on the higher levels. And so, but I think as a lobby, it's still, ooh, that's really loud. Here, just a second, let me get away from them and then turn down some of my ambient sound stuff. Master volume, let's drag you down onto about there. I still want you to be able to hear what's going on. Muted the music, because you don't want to deal with music problems in YouTube or Twitch streams. Ambient sounds, we'll just drop you lower. Overall, dialogue, that's probably a good point, and then we can probably bring the master volume a little bit higher to like that. The one I always test is pulling out my sword sound from my gun. And at least in my ears it sounds good. If there's anyone in the chat room, or obviously I'll check on the YouTube. If it's too loud, I will adjust it. But right now, at least to my ears, which may need to be adjusted, that's why we're testing all this, we'll get those working definitely before Extra Life on Saturday. So for those of you who don't watch my other channels, my Facebook or my Twitter, I will be doing 2 streams for Extra Life, because I just can't do the 24 hours. I have other responsibilities that I have to do over the weekend, and so I'll be doing 2 12-hour marathons, where from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Central Time, so that's 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific Time, noon to midnight Eastern time. I don't know what it is UTC, but yeah. So you'll get 2 days worth, and I think that it'll be better for people who want to watch the stream. And I may actually be able to get some video clips of like the first day during the morning of before I start the second day, so that people might be able to get a little bit more excited about the second day because they've seen the shenanigans that we've gone through in the first 12 hours. As far as games go, I have not decided what games I'm going to be playing. Mainly because I don't know if I'm going to be doing an Uber challenge or not. Kind of what I define an Uber challenge is sticking to one game for the entire 24 hours with the thought of actually going through and completing some monumental challenge that would take, usually if you're casually playing, weeks to finish. One of the Uber challenges that I was thinking of doing possibly was a leveling challenge here in World of Warcraft, which is why this is my first test. And if things go well, then maybe I will consider it. And that would be either starting with a non-Death Knight character, so starting at level 1 and trying to get to level 90, or starting with a Death Knight character, depending on if a Death Knight character is still hard to do in 24 hours, then I may just go Death Knight just to get us closer to 90, because I don't want to be like fall super short of 90 in 24 hours, and it just doesn't have that tension of, are you going to make it? Are you actually going to make it? Is it possible? And so if it is possible to start from level 1, I prefer to do that. I actually kind of like being able to start with the lower levels and kind of explore a lot more before going right to the expansion areas. But if that's infeasible, then I might also consider doing a Death Knight to level 90. But if that's too short, so there's a lot of different things. And there's other games I'm considering, and I may do some more streams during the week to continue doing testing with different games, and so I may talk about those kind of Uber challenges I'm thinking of. And if you like particular ones, definitely comment, or if you have suggestions for games that I've streamed, or other games that are either easy to get in Steam, or I probably already have in Steam, then definitely post those in the comments, or if you happen to be in the chat room at any time in Twitch, send them my way, and I will consider all offers for challenges and things to do. Because if you have a specific goal in mind, I find it a lot easier to be able to grind through the entire 24 hours. So we're just going to turn in this cooking quest. We get 1 cooking skill, which our cooking skill was 73, so it went up to 74, which is not a big thing, but we did get cooking award, so that's the nice thing about the cooking reward quests, is you can start building up those cooking awards early so that you're already ready to buy the high level stuff later on, especially with the expansion coming soon. You might want those, might want to hold on to them so that you can get some higher level recipes as soon as it's released. And we're still waiting in the queue, so it says that the average wait time is currently 20 minutes, so it's a kind of a busy time right now, and we're 7 minutes in. So we're going to go ahead and do the fishing quest, which the fishing quest this time looks to be out in Mulgore. So let's head out. How do I get out of here? I am still not used to the Horde cities and, excuse me, the efficient way to get out of these places, so bear with me. I may do things that are a little less efficient, but that's part of the fun. Watching me be a derp when hey, how do you not know exactly where the elevators are in Thunderbluff? It's like, well, this is like maybe the 10th time I've used them. You are not the elevator. I want my elevator. And this is where I'd be asking the chat room, hey, where's the elevator to this thing? Is it over here? I'm trying to look at my map and figure it out from there. I could have swore there was one on this part of this island, or this plateau, but maybe I'm wrong. So, but what's nice is that we can kind of get a nice little look from up here and kind of see, oh, there they are. It looks like there's a couple of elevators right over there. So let's be reckless like all hunters are and just jump down. Woo! It's always a good idea as long as you don't die. Oh, and then here's the quests for going to Undercity for the what do they actually call it? Hollow's End events. So we'll grab those just so we have them for later. Alright, so here are the elevators. Which one do you think is going to come up first? Did I pick right? Nope, I did not pick right. It's this one. Actually, they're coming up at the same time. It didn't really matter. Alright, jump on the elevator! Come on, turtle. Woo, turtle. So right now, I have my turtle set up in dungeon spec, unless we absolutely need to change him into tank spec. We'll kind of leave him there just so I don't forget. So you know, he's going to run and beat Rory, and I have his growl disabled at this time. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Hunter was kind of one of the two that I maxed out around. What was it called? The third expansion. What was it called? But basically Northrend. The Frozen Throne. Or no, that's the World of Warcraft. Or not World of Warcraft, the Warcraft 3 expansion. But you know what I'm talking about. So the Northrend expansion. I maxed out a Death Knight, a Paladin, and a Hunter during that time. But they were all Alliance, and it's too expensive to transfer and do a race change. Or a faction change for those characters. So I just decided to roll new ones. But I'm kind of, for a couple of them, I'm trying to stick with the things I know and just kind of see the differences that they've had since then. Because I really, like, I played a little bit of the start of Cataclysm, but how characters moved and such things. I'm also a skinner and leather worker on this character, so you may see me skinning animals and killing them specifically for it. So it was just so different, and so I ended up looking at other MMOs and other games for quite a while. But this next expansion came out and just kind of piqued my interest again, especially the fact that it's still going after so long. It just kind of surprises me, and so I just kind of want to see,
I don't have a target.
Is there something specific to WoW that just gives it so much staying power? And so I'm trying it out again. And Extra Life is the perfect time to try out games that, you know, for a little while, because you'll get a lot of experience playing them, and then you'll know whether you want to keep playing them or not. So I definitely, if you're thinking about joining, you're saying, hey, this is a cool idea. I really want to help out kids by, you know, I don't necessarily have money to donate, which down at the description of everything, both on Twitch and on YouTube, once I get done with these recordings, the link to my fundraising page. So if you want to give, you have the money to give to Children's Miracle Network hospitals. I encourage you to do so. But if you know, you may have more time than money, or you just have some free time and just think this is a really awesome way to raise money for the kids. You can definitely do it yourself. There's no time limit. You don't have to do it this weekend. This is kind of the weekend that they try to coordinate everyone together, and Twitch does, but big things with it. But you could also do it a different weekend. I have friends who aren't able to do their 24 hours until December, which is still awesome because they're doing it. And it doesn't have to be video games. It can be board games. It can be RPGs. It can be tabletop. It can be sports. Try playing sports for 24 hours. If anyone's out there and is going to be playing sports for 24 hours straight, even if it's something, even if they kind of mix between like leisure sports and, more vigorous activities, you know what? I will put $25 down on that. If you find me a Twitch, it doesn't even have to be streamed, but someone who's planning on doing sports for their entire 24 hours of commitment, the first one that I'm told of, I will put $25 down on that, because that is hardcore. But you can do any kind of games that you want. So it's not limited to specifically playing video games, although that's where it starts, so that's why a lot of people are doing it. And then also, Twitch streaming and stuff really lends itself to being able to raise awareness and do that. So we're going to do some boring stuff, like fishing. Looking for some stone bull crayfish. Hopefully, we're getting close to the average wait time, which has dropped to 15 minutes. So hopefully we'll be in a dungeon soon. That's always the problem with DPS-based characters, is it's always hit and miss whether or not we'll be doing really quick dungeons or doing really slow dungeons. So while we're fishing, like I said, one of the ultimate runs that I want to do in World of Warcraft is a leveling run, which I would hope to get a couple other people, because it's kind of a strange misnomer, but when you have a group of people trying to level together, you actually can level faster, which is a very interesting concept. Part of it is you can go through quests faster, which are actually the best, as far as going through the overworld, the best way to get experience, but also you get a lot faster. If you have more than one person in the dungeon finder, you can get through the dungeon finders faster, go through a lot more dungeons in a certain amount of time, and then you just have the motivation of, hey, you have these 3 people, we're going through these quests, and if you're lagging a little bit or you get distracted by something like fishing, you can you've got other people that have your back and are helping you out and having fun. I know one of the reasons that I'm not doing the full 24 hours is like just a personal thing where I just can't function for that full 24-hour period. And I think that, especially since I streamed most of it, but I didn't stream all of it, because by the end I just looked too much like a zombie, and I was just like, okay, I'll just finish it on my own and get it done when I'm a little more rested. So this time I'm just like, okay, I understand my limitations. I'm going to do 2 12-hour streams. I know some people who have, very important weekend requirements on their time, and so they can only do like part of it this weekend, and then they'll be doing another part of it another weekend. And like I said, I have friends who aren't able to do it until December because of real life commitments that they have to make it so that their preferred way of raising money, which is through board games, where they get a bunch of people together to play board games for 24 hours, is not viable until later in the year. But Extra Life's really cool with that. There's been people who have done it earlier. There are people who do it later, but basically they wrap everything up at the end of the year, so December 31st. So as long as you do your 24 hours by then and all of your donations are in and tabulated, you're good. They take any and all contributions, because it is really important that these hospitals get the money that they need to be able to help kids. And it's not just like helping treat these kids, it's also like providing rooms for their families, because they may be 5 or 6 hours from one of these children's hospitals and their child is really sick, and so it's it would be a real drain on their resources to have to rent a hotel or rent someplace for however long it takes to get the kid the treatment that they need. And so they help them with those kind of things. Obviously they give them the best care possible. They a lot of kids go through these doors. I forget the statistics that they give on the website. If you go to extra-life.org, they have a ton of statistics on the various hospitals. And there's also websites for specific hospitals. And actually, I probably should look up. I know the one in Chicago has a website. I should probably also link that in the description too. So I'll make sure to do that. But yeah, it's why am I only getting? I should have gotten at least 1 crayfish. Am I doing something wrong here? Maybe I'm not quite in Stone Bull Lake. Maybe I have to like swim inside it. I don't know. Let's go to one of these other shores. Oh, and speak of the devil, dungeon time. So, but yeah, it's really important that money gets to these hospitals, because they really, really do help kids who, might not make it if these hospitals were not around. And so I'm really thankful that they're there, especially with us getting ready to have a kid soon, me and my wife. In next year, I am really glad that if it really comes down to it, we have these places that we know will provide us with the things that we need. All right, so we are in Shadowfang Keep. This is a real fun one. This one really puts a strain on the early tanks and the early healers to kind of work as a group. And then it kind of puts a little bit of strain on DPS because this is probably one of the first ones that can have a lot of sudden groups of mobs that are much higher than the tank expects, and so it's not easy to get aggro on everybody that we're facing. And so there may be times where I run aggro and I have to make sure that I either survive that aggro or am able to help the tank get the aggro back for those guys. So I can't do maces, so I'll pass on that. But yeah, so this one's a little toughy. I've wiped a few times this week already on this, both as being the tank and seeing how hard it is myself, and being DPS. Just either the tank isn't able to hold the aggro, and so someone like the healer or myself get killed, or the tank himself is killed because there are just too many adds and the healer can't keep up. I did notice, at least for my paladin, let's see, I am not a cloth thief. I think I already have this one, so I'm going to pass on it. Better to be on the side of nice, in case someone else really wants it. So again, I set my turtle. He's in cunning mode, just because I like that cunning mode. It's kind of a very versatile group. But I have specifically disabled my roar ability so that I don't affect tank's threat generation. But it seems to be flowing pretty well. What's our level of our... So we have a level 22 tank here, so we should be pretty good. I know my paladin tank didn't really do well in this dungeon until he got to level 20, because level 20 is when the paladin gets a lot of AoE abilities. Oh, and this one's really hard. If you have no way of breaking out of this, it is bad, because you basically get down to 1. The healer has to concentrate on healing at least the tank, and as long as the tank holds aggro, everybody's good, just like that was. That was really well done. But there's been some times where I've wiped on this guy because he sets everyone to 1 hit point, and the tank can't protect himself long enough for the healer to get heals out. So that was really well done. Props to my tank and my healer. So Alec from Dalaran server, and Shift and Shape from Nerzul, if they happen to see this stream ever. Thank you. You are the first boss fight there. Well done. You guys did really well. I applaud you. Alright, so my turtle is going to go out.
That's still the charger. I can't pass that.
These guys are big and mean. And I've been doing this one a lot specifically because after I had done it a couple times through Random Dungeon Finder, I had to actually specifically request it for my tank. See, like, I'm taking aggro right now, so I need to stop any type of aggro-inducing stuff until the tank gets a hold of him again. Which he didn't, so I'm going to attack again, because another DPS ended up taking aggro for it.
I can't pass that.
And at least for me, I don't mind being the dead hunter, and because typically, as you can see here, I am not at the top of the DPS chart, so if there is someone else that's higher up on the DPS chart, I don't mind dying, because that still means more DPS than if they would have died. I'm still learning a really good rotation for this hunter. The whole kind of really limited focus, or whatever they call it, is still a hard thing for me to wrap my head around. And so so my DPS is definitely not anywhere near some of these other people who I've done random dungeons with, who have ridiculous DPS for their level, compared to what I'm doing, at least. But I think it's more they understand the rotation that they have at this low level, and I think that that is awesome, and I applaud them for having that ability, because it really does make it easier for those of us who are still learning to make a few more mistakes and learn our part. So like I accidentally just aggroed that guy thinking we were going to fight him, but no one had done anything, and that was my mistake. But luckily it wasn't that bad. But now we have our tank fighting in here by himself, and that's not good. So we have to go in and help.
I need to target something first. I don't have a target.
So what do we got here?
I need a target. I need to target something first.
Go, turtle, go! Attack, you!
Still recharging.
Yeah, I also don't really have any AoE abilities yet. I'm hoping I get one at level 20, which I'm almost there. I'm almost to level 20. For like these times, my Warlock has an AoE spell, and he just obliterates these areas right now because he can AoE this stuff. Let's see what we got here. Clothy thing, pass. Mail thing, pass. No chest here, so there will be a chest later. Okay, we'll see. Now this is what kind of determines whether people are experienced in this area or not. If you come in here like this, you either know that you're going to be able to take all of the aggro of the entire room,
I don't have a target.
or
I need a target.
we're going to wipe. One of the two. So I'm just going to try to attack as much stuff as I can without taking any aggro from any particular source. So I'm going to kind of spread my DPS around, because I know it's going to be really hard for the... Oh, and I just took aggro, but he's almost dead, so that's good. But yeah, it's really hard to hold all the aggro, and then you have these haunted spirits that kind of come in right in the middle. Oh, my pet is not doing good, because yeah, we wiped. And that's what happens when you jump into this room all at once. So I'm going to go ahead and save my healer a res by walking in myself. But yeah, that's a really hard spot for early groups, is that because as soon as you go into that room, there's probably about 10 mobs that at any given time can be immediately aggroed from that spot. And so, like,
I can't attack that target. I can't cast that. That spell is irrelevant.
oh, and he brought them all here. So one of the DPS ran all the way out here and brought pretty much the entire party over here.
That's still recharging.
So everybody join the fun.
That spell is irrelevant.
But yeah, we're gonna probably wipe again because we don't have any coordination at this point.
I can't cast that yet.
So yeah, I'm gonna die again and then have to come back in and corpse. And hopefully help either whittle down what's left, or everyone will be dead by the time I get back in, and that will mean that they will reset back to where they are. But yeah, that's a really hard spot for people. I've wiped many times in that spot.
That spell is irrelevant.
Okay, so I think we finally took them all out. I don't need it. But yeah, it's a tricky thing. What I found on my paladin, the best thing to do is to keep people outside and then taunt small groups into the adjacent room and take them down that way. But that's not how everybody does it. If you have the defense and the healing capabilities, you can much more easily take down the entire group, and then things go faster. But the biggest problem is if you're not experienced or you don't have the skills. Yeah, so like there's there's some disagreements in the group, but yeah, it was a classic thing of we ended up aggroing too many people and our tank just dropped. So we don't have a lot to go on here. There's a chest over here that I will open up. some Sears boots, which are not anything I care about. So we're queuing for a new tank. But like I said, so there's like, essentially we ended up aggroing the entire room here, except for the boss. And there's a guy complaining about tank roll doesn't matter, healer does, but that's wrong because it is really hard for a tank to keep aggro for that many things. And then the DPS or the healer dies and bad things happen. So yeah, he's not doing so well. He doesn't understand that a lot of things I'm actually going to vote to kick him. Oh, we're waiting on a loot roll. Because he just has a bad attitude about it, and so I'm going to suggest that we can't be kicked for another 4 minutes. Oh well. So I have two choices. I could stay with this group, which I usually do. But yeah, there's just kind of this, you can't see it, but there's kind of this argument going on. But yeah, drama, whatever. Let's get a new tank and let's fight this boss, who's also kind of hard to do if you don't have a good healer and your DPS don't know what they're doing. For this boss, while we're waiting, I'll talk about it. So this boss is kind of interesting if you haven't played him before, especially with the new healing mechanics and stuff, because he spawns a bunch of adds as he takes damage, and you can't really do anything about them, and you really don't have time to take care of them. And so the best course of action, especially for low-level players who don't have as much AoE as higher-level groups, is just focus on the boss. As soon as the boss dies, all the other adds disappear. And so as long as the tank can pull as much aggro as he can, the healer concentrates on just doing the tank, and they are attacking. So let me get my turtle back out and put him on... oh, I can't. I have to revive him. Alright. Go. And I will turn on my roar. I will make him the tank for the day. And yeah, we've already got dead people.
That's still recharging.
Heal the tank, which is my turtle. No. Can I heal him in time? Alright. I might need to actually have food. I usually don't hold around food all that much, but I think I need to start holding food and potions around, just in case. Heal my turtle! Nope, and I'm dead. Yeah. That's unfortunate. So, dead again. It happens. But yeah, we really need a tank for this boss battle. And my turtle does not do so well as a real tank. I have to revive him. So, let's see where we're at. Can I put a symbol on him? Alright, so we have a tank, so Growl's gone again. Alright. Let's move forward. Shall we go? This boss fight. Focus on boss, not ads. Okay, we'll wait for the tank. And yeah, it's unfortunate. We had a good tank combination. It just...
Spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Yeah, I really only have 3 things in my rotation. I can't always use them when I want, because I have that whole very limited focus thing.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Okay, now this is the time we're burning. There we go. Level 20. Did I get anything? Well, this ring, strength and stamina? No, I need agility. So I guess I'll greet it, because I don't have any other rings, so it'll definitely help my attack. But it's unnecessary for me. So I'll greet it. If anyone else needs it, they can have it. But yeah, that was basically it. And I didn't get any new abilities for level 20, which is unfortunate. So we're waiting to be able to turn in.
Makraw.
Doesn't it? Oh, here we go. Got it. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna have to move this up there. I like this new, like, loot log.
That's still recharging.
That's actually a default thing, and we have a dead tank
I
now.
don't have a target.
So, someone please revive the tank. And, you know, my own mistake. We don't turn in a quest right now, so... Okay, so let's focus on this guy, take him out. Even if we're gonna take... Yeah, we don't have a healer. So we're gonna probably wipe here if we don't. Oh, we might be able to do it. The tank is good enough. Nope. We got spirits. At least the guy who accidentally pulled aggro on that one said whoops. So at least it admitted that he was in the error. So, yeah. So this is kind of a frustrating dungeon run, but that's okay. We will learn. Ooh, my first piece of gear that's actually an upgrade for me. Thank you. I have so much stuff. I need to go clear it out after this. I'm actually... This is the first time that I'm actually kind of tempted to... wait, what are we fighting?
I need to target something first.
Just something that was sitting out here. I'm tempted to not have a bag add-on as my repertoire of add-ons. And even Omen isn't really necessary right now. I could probably hide you. Because I think since Wrath of the Lich King, which is the name of the expansion, that I left at the end of, threat meters and things inside the game have become a lot more sophisticated and a lot more useful for the non-super hardcore group. And I think they added some new things just in this set that, or this last patch, that really help with inventory. Like you can sort your inventory, it'll automatically put vendor trash in one spot. You can actually say what kind of things go in what bags. So you can say only crafting regions go in this bag, nothing else, kind of thing. And so I think that's really useful, and that's kind of the main reason that you have one bag type add-ons is you kind of want to be able to see all of the things of one type and be able to easily sort it, whatnot. And they've kind of taken the most important functionality from that and provided that functionality right in the default World of Warcraft client.
That's still recharging.
So, so I actually might be another add-on might bite the dust as far as my normal everyday use of it. Because of that. Oh, we just lost a tank, so switch to tank mode. Turtle.
That spell is activated. I can't cast that
Whew. Revive my pet. And turn off Growly. I don't need a shield. I'm gonna start grading things though, because I could sell it.
That spell isn't ready. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready.
I trick
I
you.
can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
And that might have been my fault. I might have gotten too close to those guys. I didn't realize that they were still sitting over there. Hello. And when we turn in this quest, let me get the last quest for the group. Whew. Alright, Turtle. You are the master. Okay, we revive our last DPS. Everybody's happy for the moment. And we have 2 more bosses left. Let's wait for our tank. Where's our tank? Well, we're fighting this thing, regardless.
It's still recharging.
For it not to die anymore, please, guys. Please. Please don't get ahead of the tank. I implore you. He's still back there somewhere. I'd really like him to be in front. But they don't agree. They're impatient. Alright. Woot. Alright, our tank is back.
That's still recharging.
Although I have aggro for some reason. Pull aggro off me.
That spell isn't ready.
I still have aggro. Where's our tank? Where did our tank go? Are we still just the far of us? There he is. I don't know what the tank's doing then. Anything interesting? Somebody can open it? I'll open it.
It's locked.
Oh.
It's locked.
Oh, wow. They still have lock chests? I thought they got rid of those. Oh, well. I guess since we don't have a rogue, we don't have a way to unlock it. That's unfortunate. We probably had some really good stuff. Go in,
I
turtle.
don't have a target.
Oh, intellect and spirit space one, so nope. Not for me. Ooh, somebody rolled a need 100 anyway. Did I get an achievement for that? Nope, they must have done it before. So, hit somebody. There we go. I choose you. My turtle will hit you.
I need to target something first.
Heal.
Not ready.
Stay alive. Stay alive, turtle. Thank you.
I don't have a target.
I guess my turtle can kind of be off tank. Ooh, an agility axe. I wish I could use it. I really do. But I can't. I will greet it so that I can get some money. But other than that...
I can't do that.
But pretty much everyone has something that they need in here. So, I'm not expecting to get any of the... Oh, somebody needs 100 that too. Wow. And the gargoyles. Protect me. Protect me, turtle. Thank you, tank.
That's still recharging.
Oh, we got these guys. Save me.
I can't cast that
Oh well, there's definitely enough activity around with dying and instancing and all that stuff that we'll definitely get a good test. Oh, they're trying to skip them? Is that what they're doing? I see. Yeah, there's kind of two kind of groups. There's groups that really haven't done the content before, so they kind of want to experience it and get the experience, and then there's groups that just want to get through as fast as possible to either get the good loot at the end, or to get the... they're just farming the end packs of stuff. So... personally, I prefer getting the experience because just good, and it's good to know. You know, especially for people who haven't done these before, like, you know, it's their first time running them. Just good to experience all the stuff, and like, I'm getting tons of rep for my guild, and well, not for this character. This character's not in the guild yet, but you get tons of rep for your guild if you have a guild for each creature you kill. And then I have the Thunderbluff Tabard, and so I get rep every time we kill something for Thunderbluff. And so those add up, you know, if you kill everything in sight. Spiteful Guardians, and we just lost a DPS. Is the tank not in tanks pack? Yeah. So that's one problem, is our tank is not actually set up as a tank. So he has no aggro.
I don't have a target. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
Witching staff. It's a really good staff. I actually might want to send that to my warlock. Oh, he turned it off recently. That's what people are saying, it seems like. So I definitely think, being the length of this run, I'll probably take a little bit of a break after this. Just a second, testing. Okay, so I can see messages coming through on that chat. It didn't get disconnected. Oh, there he is. So, we're having an argument right now. My turtle's awesome. I love my turtle. I love the spiky back. I'll probably try to collect some more hunters. That's why I only have one in the stable right now, just in case I come across another good one. Here, turtle, be the tank for now.
I need a target. I need to target something.
Oh, I'm not targeting anything. That's why.
It's still recharging.
Oh, and then we gotta watch out for the ice. As a hunter, it's not so as big of a problem, but
That spell isn't ready.
yeah, we'll turn that back on.
Isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready.
You said they hate dying. Oh, the DPS. I can understand. So, it is kind of unfortunate that I don't get anything but ranged weapons anymore. I'll still greet it, but someone else will need it more than me. yeah, I'm gonna have to just keep a better eye and use my turtle as needed to try to help people.
Trust no one.
We are getting close to level 21 though, so that's good. So right now we're deciding if, yeah, tank's not really being a tank. I have to agree. So we're gonna wait for a real tank. But people can't just run into fights without.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. I don't have a target.
So right now my guy's kind of the tank, so don't be going off without me. Yeah, these are a lot of guys.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready. That's still recharging. I can't cast it yet. I need to target something first. That spell isn't ready yet.
Alright.
I need a target.
Drum car.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I need to target something first.
So as a Beastmaster, I should be using
I don't have a
Kill
target.
Command as much as possible, but I just haven't gotten. Oh, what is this? Nope. It's actually not my thing. You'd think it'd be my thing, but I have an item that is slightly better for agility. So yeah. So what do we got? What kind of tank we got this time? He is a warrior. So he's still another warrior tank.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. I need a target.
Very good.
Victory or death.
Alright. We just have the last boss left. We're almost done. Woo! Alright, we're almost done. Okay. Hey, he said woo too. Good job. Alright. Heal my pet. Oh, pistol barrage.
That spell isn't ready.
Okay, torrent.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that.
Turtle's still alive. I'm still alive. Tank's still alive. That's the important thing. Good job.
I am grateful.
And it's a sword. Why can't it be a bow or a gun of some kind? Well, I got the hunting blade. I could be a melee.
Better
Yeah,
be
it doesn't
good.
really work. But let's see. No, I lose agility. But that's really my choice. So a little bit more stamina, but not as much agility. But critical strike chance. No, the serpent spallers are really just better. So whichever one I can get the most money out of. which would be this guy.
Victory
That's what I'm
for
going to
someone
get.
else.
And then we will teleport, leave instance group. Alright. So, there was that. So I think what I'm going to do now, especially since there's no one in a Twitch stream, right? There it is, viewer 0. Okay, so this is going to basically be a YouTube video, so I have some time to deal with it. So we've done one instance. It took a little longer than normal because we had some issues, but that's what looking for group does, is sometimes you get a good group, sometimes you don't, and sometimes it's just people have different goals for running the instance. Either you want to get through it as fast as possible to queue for another one, or you want to get as much rep and experience by killing everything and doing all the optional stuff. And sometimes those ideas conflict, and some people just can't negotiate or acquiesce or whatever needs to be done to make the groups a smooth experience, and so then you have to wait for another person. So I'm going to stop here for now. I hope you enjoyed this first edition. We'll probably do another edition here very shortly as far as live goes, but I'm going to take a look at the feeds, see what the quality was, maybe set up a video for YouTube, for the YouTube peoples, and then take what I've learned and we'll do some more tests probably. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, make sure you do a like. If you're on YouTube, follow me either on Twitch or on YouTube. Subscribe and let me know in your comments what you liked, what you didn't, whether World of Warcraft is something you're interested in watching, or if you have some other challenge suggestions for Extra Life coming up on Saturday. So this is Kibby0, and I will see you later.